Hello, this is Dan Jurasik from SimTech. I'll be going over SpaceClaim and SketchUp, bringing SketchUp files into SpaceClaim, converting them into solids, defeaturing, and getting them ready to print in a 3D printing system to create a viable STL file. So let's go ahead and start with a model. This will be geared towards architectural. SketchUp is very popular in that arena. So as you can see, the problem with this guy is he's a bunch of surfaces, and to print this well, we're going to actually have to convert it into an STL file. And it needs to be a nice, tight, solid model to do that. So let's start with one of the four main tools in SpaceClaim, Pull. There's also Move, Fill, and Combine. This is what 90% of the workflow of your SpaceClaim will be. This is where the majority of the tools and functionality are. So I'm going to use a pull tool. This will both add and subtract geometry based on a face. So with this one we can pull down, and this is adding material and subtracting material depending on what direction I go. But instead of just trying to guess about how thick I need to make this, we can actually grab a selection tool over here, and this is an up to function. This allows me to pull a piece of geometry up to a certain either edge or face. In this case, I'll pick the bottom edge. Alright, so it pulled this piece of geometry up to this bottom piece here. Oh, looks like I had a problem with that. Oh, I had multiple faces selected, so I just grab this and pull up to this bottom face. There we go. So I just created that piece of geometry for us. Now we have a solid floor there, solid model. Now we can go ahead and just do it with multiple floors here and quickly rebuild these into solid models. So again, I'm picking the top face and then telling it to pull up to the bottom face. So it's just filling in the geometry between the two faces. And we can also have an up to tool right there, so we can do that. Alright, so we've rebuilt all of our floors except for some ones. Let's see, this guy here. We can do up to this point here. And this guy, let's see, this face, we'll deal with that guy in a moment. Let's see, and then this elevator shaft, we can make a solid model out of that, just up to this point here. Again, this is a detached floor on this side, so we can go select this and go up to this bottom piece here. So we're just going along and rebuilding each of the surfaces. We can even do this function with this stairwell here. We can tell it to pull the geometry up to this point over here, so it just rebuilt that. Each of these guys, you wouldn't actually have to go one by one because these faces are the same. We use a cool feature, it's called selection tool, and we'll pick all the similar faces. So that just went ahead and highlighted each and every one of those faces that's similar to it. We can pull up to, again, this face over here. So it just went ahead and rebuilt all of those for us. So as you can see, we already made a lot of progress. Even this stairwell here that has kind of a twisted, crazy piece of geometry, we can just grab that top edge here and say pull up to this edge here. There we go, that's rebuilt. Alright, and then there's a matter of these pulls in the interior. They are all surfaces again. So there's several ways we can do this. Let's try doing it a real easy way by grabbing, deselecting everything here. We're going to just grab the bottom face of one of these. Double check this, that is the face. Okay, there we go. Bottom face. All edges that are very similar we're going to select. So you can see it selected these in the dark purple. Some of them are a little bit not the same spec of a surface, so that it's not going to pick up those. I think this will grab the majority of it. So let's go with our pull tool again. Up to, and it's going to pull a lot of the pulls too far, but this is, again, just kind of a real quick and dirty way of doing it. I could have individually selected each pull and done it that way as well, but I can delete this geometry pretty easy. So Now it made the majority of our poles solid models and pulled them up through that point there. If I want to, I can either manually grab the top edge of this guy here and just pull him down. I could also use a cool tool that we have. Well, let's try it. It's called Combine, which also deletes geometry. So it does one of pull also adds and deletes. Combine also does the same. So we'll go ahead and make a surface right here. So I just went ahead and made a surface. This guy right here, and I'm going to use that as actually like a knife to cut, like a cutting tool. So with the Combine, I want to highlight the piece of geometry that I want to cut, this guy here, and then it has a cutting tool, and I want to use this as to cut the model. And then what I can do is delete the tops of these guys, and I'll show you one more. Let's do this one more time. Okay. Highlight the pole. This is the one I want to cut. Combine. Use this as my cutting tool, and then we can delete that. So it's easy too. We can do that as well. Delete this. There. And we can, let's see, we can use this again with this pole using Combine. Just select that pole and grab our surface there, just delete it. Very easy to do. So again, we'll just basically go by each one here. Also do a group select on this as well to make it real easy, but just kind of showing the functionality of the tool. So there we go. We've deleted most of those poles. We've made each floor solid. We've extended the beams here inside to make them solids as well. We fixed the stairwell. If it gave me maybe 15 more minutes, I could finish up the rest of the geometry pretty easy using the same technique. Alright, thank you very much.